I'm here.
Got it,
Hello?
Captain?
Can you hear okay?
Yeah.
All right.
The radio set for the ATIS.
This one is.
Alright. So it's COM 2?
Yep.
At 1,
This
0.
one you just hit enter 2.
Visibility 1, 0. Sky condition scattered 4,700. Broken 5,500. Temperature 0.3 Celsius. Dew point -0.8 Celsius. Altimeter 3047. Laconia Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 1820 Zulu. Wind 0 0 at 10. Visibility 10. Sky condition scattered 4,700. Broken 5,500. Temperature 0.3 Celsius. Dew point -0.8 Celsius. Altimeter 3047. Laconia Municipal Airport. Automated
Good.
weather observation.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Alright.
And that thing too. Like about 055. Alrighty.
Alright, good to go?
Yep.
Alright.
Then the taxiway, what's that?
Looks like...
Oh, it's a funnel.
Yep.
Better tell Brad, that looks like a good funnel. And right, it's runway 8. You can use that run. It's got its own run-up area.
Alright.
Don't use runway 8 too often.
Nope, be first time.
The first time you've used runway 8?
Many years, yep.
Oh.
First departure off 8, but I've landed there before. So where's that run-up area?
You have more room than it looks like it when you initially come up. So just keep going straight towards the grass line, and then you're going to follow the grass line off to the left till you're pointed in the opposite direction. You'll see there's quite a bit more room than it looks like. There you go. Yeah, just follow the grass line over here and just be careful of the gravel and stuff. That's hard on the prop.
Yep. What should our amps be on right now?
It should be, well, if you get the power way down here, then it might be discharging slightly. But if you bring the power up, like when you do your run up, it should be at 0 or no more than a needle width on the right-hand side if it's recharging the battery from the start.
All right.
There. Now look at, is it at 0?
Yeah, it's at 0.
Okay. Repeat.
Suction's right about 4. Is that good?
Well, it should be in the green arc when you're at 1700. There you go. That's good.
All right, run-up's complete.
Okay. It doesn't say on that checklist, but lights you can put on. Strobe lights. If you want, you can put the taxi light on. I usually save the night landing light for night flying because they're angled a little different.
All right.
I'll make a left turn around here, so because you can see that this high wing really blocks the view of downwind base and final. You don't have that on 2.6 because there's not really any room there, but you can kind of see when you're going down the taxiway. Here, it's a pretty good obstruction to your view. Not seeing anybody, not hearing anyone.
Looks like it's clear.
Okay.
Ready to go?
Yep.
Ready, Gabby?
Yep.
Call traffic Skyconnor 7055 taking off runway 8 Laconia.
Alrighty, make sure the heels are on the floor, no brakes. Winds was last call was pretty much down the runway, but it has been occasionally shifting from the north, from the left.
Alright.
Okay. It trimmed okay?
Yep. Are we gonna make a right turnout or left turnout?
Let's make a left turn out.
All
We
right.
don't have to deal with the hills. Two ice houses left. Nope, three. There's another one over here. I would not want to be the guy that would have to pull that one out.
Oh yeah,
There.
that'll be fun.
Yeah. I was the guy that had his truck out here, though, earlier today.
Yeah, it looks like there's one right below us.
A truck?
Yep.
Oh. I guess this base stayed solid for a while, but it doesn't look like it from around here.
Yeah, there's definitely a few patches.
I'm not that daring.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe we could do a few touch and goes, and then I wanted to practice the VOR. That's fine.
Okay, sure. The Conquer VOR frequency is 112.9. So you got to get this cursor down here.
Start
You
back
got to, push this thing. And you got to divide your attention inside and outside the plane when you're doing. Just do like 2 things here and then 2 seconds back here, 2 things here. So it can be really easy to get caught up in what you're doing here.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, then these 2 knobs now with the cursor down here, you can put in 112.9. Okay. And then now you can hit that, and that puts it up into active. Now this is right now is keyed to GPS.
Yep.
So if you hit this CDI button here, that'll put it into VLOC, VOR localizer. There it is. And looks like it's picking up a signal. We can confirm it here. Auto ID is saying CON. They're on the 030 radio, 22.2 miles out. So if you wanted to go direct to it, then you can just twist that to go direct to.
All right.
Looks like most of the squalls have gone off that way. Over here. Little better than it was before. So did you want to go direct to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Just scroll this around so that it has a 2 indication instead. All the way around. It's going to be, 030 will probably be down there. There's the 2 indicator.
So I'll just put it back to where it was.
Yeah, just so the needle centers up.
Okay.
There you go, 210. Okay? Now if you point out on a heading of 210, if there's no wind, you should go straight there. But we know there's probably wind. And I think it's coming from the northeast, but we're not exactly sure. If it's from the east and pushes you off to the right, this needle here is going to move to the left, because the needle represents your course. So that'll mean that your course is off to the left and the wind blew you.
All right.
On the other hand, if you end up off to the left, then... So we'll just hold 210 for now, see what's happening. I can see it's starting to go off the other way, isn't it? Yeah, it's starting to move off to the left, so we probably do have a wind from the east-northeast. So let's go, say, 10, 20 degrees to the left. So take a heading of about 190, and that'll bring this back center. There you go. You're not very far off, so you don't need too much of a correction.
Turning left crosswind, runway 02.
Hold that for a while until it comes centered again. And then when it comes centered, we'll turn back towards our heading, but instead of 210, we'll try maybe 200. See if that holds it.
All right.
Team Traffic Warrior 337 is on a left downwind runway 02 and departing the pattern to the south. Team.
There it's centered. So now come back to 200. And that would be a 10-degree wind correction angle. And we'll see if that holds it. We'll level off at 4,500 if we can get up there.
All right.
There.
Are we going to want pitot heat on?
Not unless we get into some moisture.
Okay.
But we're going to try to stay out of it. You can put it on if you want, it doesn't hurt anything. That seems like it's holding it pretty well. Down a little more. Don't fixate too much down here. You have to cross-check inside and outside. There you go. Now you, just shove it down for level, and you can bring your throttle back, and that's going to help relieve some of the pressure off of the yoke. There you go. Boop. Oh, now you can adjust your trim. You're in a little bit of an updraft right now, but... Okay. And we'll lean the mixture out about that much.
Laconia traffic going up 6 Papa, 7 miles to the northwest, 2000, to the, making a practice approach runway 8, Laconia.
A little bumpy.
Yeah, it's a little bumpy.
You all right?
Yeah. There's just some of the snow squalls there. Looks like our track's going to take us to the right of them. Well, that's the Concord Airport, and the VOR is actually just off. It's about 3 miles to the northwest of the airport.
All right.
So we might end up having to either descend or go around. There's, most of the squalls are over there.
Okay.
And you got to be careful, especially when you reach the updrafts, and it increases the RPMs and the performance. Just have to be careful it stays out of the yellow arc. Right now your ground speed's around 120 knots, which means we have a tailwind. So it's probably going to be like 80 knots coming back.
Laconia traffic, helicopter 60 Papa's left base runway 8, Laconia.
Okay, we're going to have to turn back towards the VOR if you're going to turn back towards your course. We might have to go around this. Oh, and this thing here, this is what you're actually tracking on the ground. So when that says 210, you're tracking 210. And if this needle is centered and that says 210, it shouldn't move. I plugged this in so it would show the line that you're tracking, so you can see that you're right next to it. It's in scale, but you're just paralleling it right here.
Alright.
So you're just a little bit to the left, of course. I wouldn't make any drastic changes, you know, maybe 10 degrees if you want it centered. Now when you're going towards the VOR, right now we're only about 5 miles away from it, it's going to get more sensitive, right? Because they're radials, it's a circle, and of course inside the circle it's much tighter.
Yeah.
So it's going to get much more sensitive, so you don't want to make real big changes the closer you get.
Turner Falls traffic, Cessna 907, 6 miles to the east inbound for runway 34.
Nice and clear over there. Let's just start descending. That way we don't have to worry about this and we can still keep tracking that way. Switch over to cockpit.
Remarks. Density altitude minus 1,600.
Perfect, right there.
Airport, Concord, New Hampshire. Automated weather observation 1842 Zulu. Wind 050 at 13. Visibility 10. Sky condition scattered 5,000. Overcast 6,500.
Claremont traffic 739er Kilo Bravo,
Celsius.
7 to the south inbound for 29 at Claremont.
Altimeter 3048. Remarks. Density altitude minus 1,600. Concord Municipal Airport, Concord.
2 miles from the VOR.
Automated weather observation.
I see it.
843.
Front of your nose.
Wind
Is it
060
just right off the nose?
Yep.
Alright.
If you want, you can come just like 5-10 degrees right so that you'll pass by it with on your left side.
Alright.
Have you ever seen it before?
I think a long time ago.
It's kind of sitting on a hill in a field. It's got a circle around it, and it's like a little cone-shaped thing. It looks like a little house for like 3-foot Martians.
Oh yeah, I see it.
You see it?
Yep.
Okay, so now this went full scale even though you're not really that far off. When you cross over it, this is going to go from a to a from. Because we are slightly off course, it might take a little longer. If you're dead on course, it'll be a nice sharp flip. You're going to turn back towards 210. I just wanted you to see it, be able to see it.
minus 1,600.
There it goes. That was actually a pretty decent flip. See, it's this from now.
Yep.
So now you're tracking from the 210 radial.
4 Zulu. Wind 060 at 10. Visibility 10.
Want to land there?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. We'll just keep descending here, and we'll do like a descending right-hand turn. Manchester's airspace starts basically over where the snow squalls are.
Alright.
You can see the airport over there. But we'll circle around and we'll come in here. You're gonna have a stiff crosswind.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, I guess.
Okay. And you start turning. Just do a descending right turn.
What's Concord's elevation?
1,300 feet is their pattern altitude. It's like around 330 or 40. Concord traffic, Skyhawk 97055 is about 4 miles to the northwest. We'll be entering downwind for runway 35, Concord. See the gold dome of the Capitol?
I do, yeah.
Okay, you're just aiming for just to the right of it.
Okay.
You can bring your mixture up, Rich, again.
Pittsburgh traffic, 03900 Charlie Delta on an 8 mile straight in, 14 Pittsburgh.
Things look different once you get a little lower to the ground.
Very.
But I promise you the runway's just on the other side.
Oh yeah, I see it. Are we going to be going over the Capitol?
Not right over it. You're going to start turning to parallel the runway, so you'll turn roughly to a heading south.
Okay.
That'll be on a downwind for runway 35. It's going to be about a 60-degree crosswind, around 13 to 15 knots. So, we'll just prepare to do a go around if it's
Alright.
if it's stiff or switch.
Alright, sounds good.
Yeah, so no matter what runway we take today here, I think we'd have about a 50, 60-degree crosswind.
It's good practice, but it'll be alright. A little bit bumpy, but
Claremont traffic, 9 kilo Bravo's left downwind, 29 Claremont.
No smoke coming out of the stack. I usually look at that to see what the winds are doing.
Pittsburgh traffic, 03900 Charlie Delta, 3 mile final, 14 Pittsburgh.
Okay, I think it started to turn now. I'm 1,300 feet. Okay, you bring it up about 2,100. That should keep you just under 100 knots on your downwind. Concord traffic, Skyhawk 97055, downwind runway 35, Concord. A little bit more off to the right. Alright, mixture's rich, fuel's on both. Both tanks look like they're good. And bring the carb heat on. And we're beam the approach in. Bring the power back to about 15 to 17. Very good, just pitch it for a slight descent. We're under 110 knots, so if you want, you can put down 10 degrees of flaps. After that, it's got to be in the white arc in order to put more flaps in. We'll pitch up as those flaps come down. That'll That'll go away in a minute. So just pitch down just about like that. You're looking for about 80, 85 knots here. Okay, go ahead and turn base. And when you turn, make sure you don't raise your nose inadvertently as you're making the turn. Look before you turn, then look back at your nose to make sure you got the same pitch attitude.
For landing, currently over Wachusett at 3,500.
Yep, keep turning.
Pittsburgh.
Doing fine. A little bit of left rudder on your left turn. Just toe pressure. And then you just glance and make sure that you're hovering right around 80. Looks good.
How was the landing on 1-4 there?
Okay. It might be just a little high. I think you could nose down just a little bit and put down another notch of flaps. Guys, keep that nose pitched down just like that.
Thank you.
Concord traffic, Skyhawk 97055 is left base for runway 35 Concord. All is clear. Little high. So your airspeed looks good, you're just a little high, so just reduce your power and keep the same pitch attitude. We'll come in just a little faster than we normally do, so right around 70, 75 is fine. You gotta have, we'll just bleed off the airspeed when we get ground effect. You gotta have a lot of patience for it, but it's a nice long runway. Now, if we don't like it, we'll split the power in and go around. Power back. Let it drop and just be prepared to start adding power in again. The VASI lights start to turn red. Airspeed slightly low, ease your nose forward a bit, and then add the power if it increases your rate of descent too much. Perfect. 2 red, 2 white, you're all right. Slightly left to center line. Correct, right. Short final runway 35 at Concord. Just making small changes with the power to keep that constant rate of descent with the 2 red, 2 white. Keeping it on the center line. Wind's going to try to blow you to the left, so you'll probably need right aileron if it drifts you, and just enough rudder to keep that nose nice and parallel with the center line. So that's great. Very nice, very nice. Look way down the runway. Ease the power to idle, but keep your hand on it. Straighten that nose out. Straighten your nose out and keep pulling back on the yoke. Back a little more. Just don't give up on it yet. Nice. Roll those ailerons right into the wind. As you're slowing down, you're going to become more and more susceptible because the flight controls are less and less effective as it slows down. Nice job. Look at that. Dead center.
Probably first time.
Let it roll to the next taxi.
Are we going to use 3.5 again, or are we going to switch? Looks like the winds are changing.
We can use 3.5 again.
Alright.
It's running around 050 to 060.
Would we call we're clear 3.5?
Sure.
Concord traffic, Skyhawk Narrowstone 055, we're clear 3.5, Concord.
Took us 35 minutes from engine start touchdown to this point to get here. About 10-15 minutes of that was taxi, run up. It was about 15 minutes to get here. Probably going to take 20 to 25 minutes to get back. I love a headwind. I was thinking what we can do if you want to do a little more tracking with this and then have a little extra challenge, we can track the VOR up towards Laconia, and then I can put you on the ILS. You haven't flown an ILS before, I don't think.
Not in real life, on simulator, but...
Want to do that?
Yeah,
That sound interesting?
Sounds good.
Okay. It takes just a little longer, but we'll set it up before we leave.
So for the frequency on the ILS, would we put it in the VLOC section?
Yeah, it's actually down here, 108.5. So when we're ready for it, we'll just go like that.
Okay.
Okay, so the localizer, it's a lot like a VOR, but it's 4 times as sensitive.
All right.
All right, so you'll have time. We'll start off tracking the VOR, and when we turn into the localizer, you know, it's going to be more sensitive, so you'll be able to practice, get your VOR skills nice and sharp for the localizer.
Okay.
The other difference is the localizer only knows one heading, and that is 2084. That's all it knows. We twist this anyway, because, you know, just to remind you of what your inbound heading is, 084, or 083, I think. And then it gives you lateral guidance, just like the VOR does, but then it also gives you a glide slope for vertical guidance.
Okay.
And that gets more sensitive as you start to approach the runway.
Yeah.
To the point that by the time you reach the threshold, full scale is 75 feet.
All right.
The most important thing is the localizer.
Yeah.
So if the other one gets off, you know, just fly the localizer.
Okay.
But to start, what we're going to do is we're going to fly up to the VOR, and then we're going to do, we'll track the VOR up to a intersection. It's a point where the VOR radial intersects with the localizer.
Yep.
And that'll turn you in. And when you get to the end here, we'll set it up on here so that you'll be able to see on the map what it's doing.
Okay.
Do you have your pilot certificate? No? Working on it? How many hours do you have? Okay. Have you soloed yet or not yet? That'd be impressive if you sold 10 hours. Once in a while you hear somebody doing it, but not very often anymore.
I have to find a new instructor.
Oh, you do? Years left?
No, just...
Oh. Where are you doing your training?
Right out of... So I was friends with the son of...
Out of Emerson? Oh, okay. Okay, so hit D for direct, and plug in KLCI.
Then we push it.
Big number, big knob. See, it made a short cursor, so.
Then,
And now hit enter. And one more time. Okay. So this thing is going to try to bring you direct to Laconia Airport, even though this is still on VLOC, so this is still the VOR.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to set up the procedures. Procedure. Select approach, enter. ILS 8, we want that. And we want a Concord VOR. And you can actually scroll down and activate it. And that's just saying, GPS is only for guidance. Supposed to fly the raw needle. Okay, so we're going to go to the Concord VOR, 3.7 miles, and then we're going to go to this little waypoint here, and the waypoint that makes us turn is called Nilu. So push and hold down the clear button. That will always bring you back to this over here so you can see a little better. Oh. Going to bring you to the VOR, and then we're going to go, I think it's about a 350 or 353 up to here to Nilu, and then it'll turn you into the runway. Okay?
All right, sounds good.
So your desired track is 310 to get to the VOR, so you can dial that to 310. When we get to the VOR, we're going to turn to 354.
All right.
Okay. Ready?
Yep. Concord traffic, Skyhawk, Narasona 55, taking off 35, Concord. Ailerons into the wind.
Yeah. Even if it's not, even if it's not much, always start with if you know that, if anything is favoring a right crosswind, start with them all the way into the wind and then slowly roll them out. And then that way, you'll be prepared for it because you'll start to feel it push you. Good. Oil pressure looks good. Now you get a little more airspeed, so you can slowly start rolling your ailerons out and you can feel it pushing you. Then don't take any more out. And you'll lift off with, perfect, just like that. And then you put it in
helicopter 605
crab angle.
to the north inbound, landing Concord, 9 to the northeast.
So direct to the VOR.
We'll get a little more altitude when you get, let's see, it's 1,300 feet.
Yep.
So when you get 300 feet below pattern, so that'd be 1,000 feet, then you can start turning to the VOR.
Okay.
I reset that, so now it's at 291. There you go. So the course to get, whoa! Every so often we hit a gust like that. Course to the VOR is 291. Concord traffic, Skyhawk 97055, climbing through 1,300, and we are direct to the VOR, Concord. Another plane. They should be coming behind us. He's about 500 feet over us. We'll try to get it back up to 4,500 or 4,000. 4,500. 4,500 will work.
Okay.
We're going westerly. Like it's north, mostly north, but a little bit westerly by the time we turn. Do you see a plane behind us, Gabby?
Nope.
Closer altitude, maybe a little bit below. Behind our right tail somewhere, about our 5 o'clock. Okay, right turn to 353 in 9 seconds. Thank you, coming to the VOR as well. Concord traffic, Skyhawk 97055, climbing through 2,500 over the VOR, and we are departing to the northwest on a 350 radial.
Concord traffic, helicopter 605 is 4 to the northeast, descending on a 1700, landing Concord.
Oh, he's just going right into the airport. Good. Okay, then we'll twist this to 353. And now you just want to keep that needle centered. I'm going to lean this out just a little bit. Hey, you can shut your taxi light off too. Good. Bearing, your desired course is 353, and you are tracking 350, well, almost right on 353 there, 5. You're right on. So what heading do you have? 350?
Around 350, yeah.
Okay, that's your breeze heading. They refer to that as a breeze heading. It means it breezes the needle.
Okay.
It won't move. So anything to the left of that is going to move the needle to your right. Anything to the right of that is going to move the needle to the left. The winds might change a bit when you go up in altitude, but we've got less than 1,000 feet to go, so it's probably not going to be a lot. We're going to get to 4,500.
You want to go up to 45?
Yeah, let's try it. If everything goes white, then
Yeah, time to
we'll
go
come
down.
back down.
Yeah.
Concord traffic, 2 Juliet Romeo's over at the Brigham ramp a mile east, southeast. We're departing the ramp, heading to the north over the field.
Yeah, we're able to make it.
Up is downwind. We're getting ready to turn final 35, and we'll be terminating.
I'll lean that out a little bit more. Staying warm enough back there?
Yeah.
Good.
So I know it's Howard Airport, so you'd call that you're on the ILS, but would we do that, or would we just say we're on final?
I usually do both because VFR pilots may not know what an ILS is, but an IFR pilot knows exactly what you're doing, so it's useful. So I'll usually say something like inbound on the ILS, 5 mile final inbound on the ILS runway.
Okay.
So you're kind of combining it. This D12.9 is 12.9 nautical miles from Concord.
Okay.
And it's just there just to give you a heads up that pretty soon you're going to have to make almost a 45 or a 90 degree turn to the right so that you can be prepared for it. This will calculate out at what point you should start your turn, and it'll flash at you and say, just like it did before, turn to heading such and such in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds.
All right.
And as we're going along, we could put this in. We got 2 VORs, so that's a Concord VOR. And turn that to 353. Because eventually we're going to have to switch this one over. And marker beacons. Turn those on so we can hear when we fly, because they have marker beacons set up to let you know that, you're on track to the runway. This one just has 1 marker beacon, but some of them have as many as 3.
Okay.
And then these little lights here will flash, make sure they're working. Always should get the middle one flash. At that point, you're about a 5 mile final. Yeah, it might be a little bumpier by the mountains. Hopefully the little snow showers won't bother us. Might get into them a little bit. I guess we're away from Concord, so we can flip this back to Laconia and flip that back to Laconia. And check the weather and get a current altimeter setting.
0 at 1, 2.
Volumes right here if you need it.
Visibility 1, 0. Sky condition few 5,000 500. Temperature 0 3 Celsius. Dew point minus 0 9er Celsius. Altimeter 3047. Laconia Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 19er 10 Zulu. Wind 0 9er 0 at 12.
That'll be interesting.
Visibility 10.
What?
Sky condition.
The 12 knot wind.
5,000.
Be fun.
Yeah, it's 090 though. Alright, you can come down to 4,000 feet. I might have to cut you this way and have you descend. I'm just trying to see. You can fly through snow if you can see through it and it's not going to give you any ice. This stuff isn't reaching the ground. But it's hard to tell where the clouds are sometimes with snow showers. I'm just kind of eyeballing where the runway is. So we'll probably be open just underneath it. 2 minutes to Nilu. Okay, so you can start following that needle, and we'll put the VOR over to the localizer now.
Skyhawk
Go ahead and hit that.
205907, taxiing to runway 8.
And we'll move this to 084. A little bit of snow. It's not sticking. Yeah, you can just hold this altitude, that's fine.
Okay.
We're going to come down to, once we turn inbound, we're going to come down to 3,300 anyway. If we get into this stuff before then, we'll come down a little sooner. Start our turn a little sooner. One more mile. Okay, turning to 083 in 5, 4, 3, clear over here, and turn. Good, and you just give it a nice standard rate turn, which means that little airplane's right at the tick marks. It's approximately 10 to 15 degree bank. And when you're ready, you can come down to 3,300, or you can just hold what you got for now too.
Ghost traffic tapers on southwest 2.5 to the southwest, 2,200 climbing, collecting the air last volume.
And stop turn. Perfect. What's your heading?
Around 080.
Okay, 080. Don't go any more to the right, maybe another 5 degrees left if anything. And you can come down to 3,100. So yeah, about right where you got the power, about 1,800 RPM, 100 knots. That's what we're looking for, around a 500 foot per minute rate of descent. If it's too great of a rate of descent, back your power off and adjustment to your pitch to keep the 100 knots. But you can bring the, we'll just bring this part way, Rich.
Turn as well as traffic. traffic, Warrior 836, overflying the field.
Good, there's 3,300, so bring it right up to 21 inches, or RPM. Okay, now you're flying this just like a VOR, only it's a bit more sensitive, so you're just making 10, no more than 20 degree changes at a time unless it's way off. And we're just going to wait until we intersect the glide slope. It's above us, so that means we're below glide slope. So as you're coming in towards the runway, eventually that's going to come down. When it gets one dot above, then you're going to bring your power back to that 1,800 or so.
Okay.
And put in about a 500 foot per minute rate of descent to keep it on.
So right here, is that a holding pattern?
Yes, it is. So if you came in and you couldn't see the runway, you'd go missed, and you make a climbing left turn and go to that little waypoint there and enter the holding pattern.
Okay.
You hear this thing go off, beep, 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 and flash, then you can do your before landing check. The mixture, carb heat, and taxi light can come on. Laconia traffic, Skyhawk 97055, 10 miles to the west, inbound on the ILS 8, Laconia.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk 20597, departing runway 8, Laconia.
A little more power, maybe. There you go. Now it's just starting to come in. Oh, the localizer, very nice. They're dead on. They can call 8 mile final, ILS runway 8.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk, Narrowsignal 55, 8 mile final on the ILS runway 8, Laconia.
It's about a dot above. You can reduce your power. Oops. Right around 18, give or take 100, whatever it takes. Looking for about a 300 to 500 foot per minute rate of descent. 100 knots, looks good. Now if it goes above you, then that means that you're slightly below and you just add a small amount of power. And if it goes below you, that means you're too high and you reduce your power. And if it's just like that, X marks the spot. Job. Look at that, dead center. Nice job. There's the bell not beacon. Good. Okay, you can call 5 mile final, ILS runway 8.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk, Narrowsignal 55, 5 mile final, ILS runway 8, Laconia. that plane just take off, or is it?
Yeah, they're close to the same altitude as we are.
All right. Are they to the right of the runway, or are they directly?
Yeah, I think they're probably exiting from the downwind right now. We're going to keep going down. If anything, they'll probably climb or stay the same. They're not in the pattern, because the pattern's 1500, and they're too high for that. So I think they're just going off to the southwest. Okay, just a little bit high.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk 5907 that departed runway 8 at Laconia, departing the area to the southwest.
Okay, now you can call just a 3-mile final, runway 8.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk, Narasano 55's 3-mile final, runway 8, Laconia.
Now this thing brings you down to about 250 feet over the runway, over the threshold, over the surface, and you're going like 100 knots. So when you're actually shooting it, in the Skyhawks I usually shoot it just like this, but you just have to be prepared to slow down.
Yeah.
And then, you know, but there's these things, the Skyhawks slow down pretty quickly. We can start slowing down a little bit earlier, not quite yet. Little high, so when you already reduced your power, maybe pull it back just a bit more. That glide slope does get more and more sensitive as you approach. And you'll be able to you probably can see the PAPI lights now.
Yep.
You can call a 1-mile final, runway 8.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk, Narasano 55's 1-mile final, runway 8, Laconia.
If you want, you can put in 10 degrees of flaps. Remember, it's going to want to pitch up as they're coming down. Very good. Now we can let it slow down to about 85 knots. As soon as you put the power in, that nose is going to want to come up. You can allow the nose wheel to come up off the ground, but you're going to have to put some forward pressure to make sure it doesn't hit the tail.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Go. Good. And then I'll just help you find the right sight picture for it. It's right about like that. That is nose wheel off the ground. Okay, I'm going to let go. You hold it there. And now you just start to feel it. See, there you go. It came off the ground. Then push the nose forward. Don't let it out of ground effect till you get about 60 knots. And now you're just climbing out as normal, about 65. If you want to readjust your trim, you can. You still have flaps in, so don't do too much. Because when you bring it up, it's going to want to sink on you. Good. You got a good positive rate of climb. You're clear of obstacles. You can bring your flaps up again. You're going to feel a slight sink, so you have to make a pitch adjustment, reach down and readjust that trim again. And now you climb out at 74 VY. If you're, 5-10 knots over that on a day like today, you got good performance. That's fine. So that pitch attitude with the nose wheel just off the ground, that's also your touchdown attitude.
A little bit nervous there, didn't want to hit the tail.
It's been hit a few times.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. They actually put a kind of a heavy duty one with a tail skid on the back because they lost so many tail tie downs. People hit that and it just boom off. This plane has a little more apt center of gravity than a lot of Skyhawks, so it can take people by surprise. When if you ever see it loaded, especially with anybody in the back, you'll see it's actually sitting pretty tail low.
Yeah.
1,500 feet, 1,500. A little less power. Go. Okay, now here the wind's coming kind of northeast, so it may want to try to blow you to the runway. Just be aware of that.
Okay.
Right now you're tracking pretty parallel.
Is it going to be stop and go or touch and go?
Depends on how much. No, we're not supposed to do touch and go, so it'd be either a stop and go or a full stop taxi back, depending on how much runway you use.
Alright, we can do a stop and go. Laconia traffic, Scott, Narsenal 55 is midfield downwind, runway 8, stop and go. Is it because of the plane or is it like company rules?
Company rules.
Understandable.
Yeah, because it's they used to do touch and goes and their maintenance costs went way up, which in turn means higher rental rates.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad there's no touch and goes then.
Yeah. We do them once in a while for training purposes or if we have to for safety reasons or flow like, you know, at towered airports, so sometimes can't clear you for a stop and go.
Yeah.
But we don't like to do them habitually.
Five out to the west, entering on the 45. Seeing traffic for you. 836 correction, entering on the 45 for downwind, runway 02.
Sun's warm. Feels good.
Yeah, better than the outside. Laconia traffic, Scott, Narsenal 55's base, runway 8, Laconia.
You have a tailwind on your base leg, so it'll be a bit quicker than you might be used to. If you put a notch of flaps in, that'll help. And you just have to lead your turn. Don't want to overshoot. And no more than 25-degree bank for a base to final turn. That's what I shoot for. No more than 30 degrees anywhere in the pattern. Good. A little bit of an undershoot, but not bad. How do you look? High, low, we're good to go.
A little bit high. But
Okay, so you fix it. Better make small corrections more often and early on than having to make corrections down there. Yeah, bring the power right back, bring your carb heat on. Oh. That's up to you if you want to put in another notch or not.
10 should be good.
Okay. That means you want to come in just a little faster, so probably 70 to 75.
Okay. Laconia traffic, Scott, Narsenal 55's 1 mile final, runway 8, Laconia.
One red. Two red, two white, you're all right. You're right on center line, on airspeed, looks good, 70 knots. And just be patient with it and let it float. Yep, small corrections, just small corrections. Straighten out the nose. Oh, so just a little on the flat side. If you pull the yoke back all the way, you can get completely stopped. That'll kill the lift off the wing. Then firm on the brake. I'm helping you with the brake a little. The right brake, I think, was a little bit spongy. Does it seem to feel a little spongy to you, or no? It was on the last flight.
A little
maybe
bit.
It needs to be bled. Oh, that doesn't. It doesn't. It's got quite as much grip as the left. Not as bad as the last flight. Shall we do a short field takeoff?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. This is the one where you hold the brakes. 10 degrees of flaps, trim set for takeoff. All departing.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk Arizona 55 is taking off 26, Laconia, or correction, 8 Laconia.
Okay, yep, full power, hold the brakes, engine gauges look good. Release. A little more rate rudder than you usually need. And we're still going to rotate at 55, but we're going to climb out at about 65, 60, 65. There's 55. Perfect. Job. Look at that, dead center. Nice job. There's the bell not beacon. Good. And you can call 5 mile final, ILS runway 8.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk Arizona 55 is 5 mile final, ILS runway 8, Laconia. That plane just take off, or is it?
Yeah, they're close to the same altitude as we are.
Alright. Are they to the right of the runway, or are they directly
Yeah, I think
on?
they're probably exiting from the downwind right now. We're going to keep going down. If anything, they'll probably climb or stay the same. They're not in the pattern, because the pattern's 1500,
Yeah,
and they're too high for that. So I think they're just going off to the southwest. Okay, just a little bit high.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk 5907 that departed runway 8 at Laconia, departing the area to the southwest.
Okay, now you can call just a 3 mile final, runway 8.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk Arizona 55 is 3 mile final, runway 8, Laconia.
Now this thing brings you down to about 250 feet over the runway, over the threshold, over the surface. And you're going like 100 knots. So when you're actually shooting it, in the Skyhawks I usually shoot it just like this, but you just have to be prepared to slow down.
Yeah.
And then, you know, but there's these things, the Skyhawks slow down pretty quickly. We can start slowing down a little bit earlier, not quite yet. Little high, so when you already reduce your power, maybe pull it back just a bit more. That glide slope does get more and more sensitive as you approach. And you'll be able to you probably can see the PAPI lights now.
Yep.
You can call 1 mile final, runway 8.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk Arizona 55 is 1 mile final, runway 8, Laconia.
If you want, you can put in 10 degrees of flaps. Remember, it's going to want to pitch up as they're coming down. Very good. And we can let it slow down to about 85 knots. Here comes your glide slope. Just change pitch attitude slightly, and then you might have to add some power. And then you'll probably have to readjust your trim for that, I imagine. Okay. Red 2 white, you're all right. On center line, on glide path. And from here, it's just
Traffic not
landing
available.
normal. Usually get sucked down a little bit past the pond, or right over the pond. So if you want to put in 20 degrees of flaps, I would wait till you know that you're, got the field made. There you go. If you want another notch, well, you're free to do so. Then just come in right around 65 to 70. I'd keep it, just because sometimes it's been gusty. And it should want to just slow right down. Perfect. Keep it right about 65 till you get in ground effect. Good. Way down the runway, take your time. Your nose up. A little more like, oh, that was me that just did that, but that's the pitch attitude, is nose wheel off the ground right there. Just a little higher than what you've been doing. That was good. Dead center again. Was that fun?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Like the ILS?
Yeah.
It's pretty neat when you're in the clouds.
Yeah.
And then you break out and you see there's the runway right there.
Yeah, that's always awesome.
Did you want to do another landing, or?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll hang her right then when you find the taxi.
Do we switch this back to GPS?
You can if you want. Just hit CDI needle.
You doing okay, Gabby? Alright. You fun?
What?
You having a good time? How about you, Stacy?
Yeah. Except I keep forgetting my sunglasses.
Yeah, well, I have the dilated glasses, so.
You have what?
I have the dilated ones, so.
Oh, yeah?
I don't have to worry about that. Kind of thankful. Let you borrow them, but I can't see. Laconia traffic, 97055 is taking off runway 8, Laconia.
Hey, mixture's rich, flaps up, trim is it set for takeoff? Okay.
We do a short or grass field takeoff.
Sure.
Flaps
Remember how
10.
to do that? Yep. Okay, you got passenger in the back. She's not very big, but the farther back, the more it affects it, so it might feel a little different for you. I would do a bit nose down. That's a little nose heavy, otherwise it'll want to pop up.
Second, or a little bit more?
Maybe a little more. Like that.
Alright, do we hold the brakes, or we just let it go?
And it's soft field, you do not. You bring the nose all the way back, as soon as you put the power in, that nose is going to want to come up. You can allow the nose wheel to come up off the ground, but you're going to have to put some forward pressure to make sure it doesn't hit the tail.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Go. Good. And then I'll just help you find the right sight picture for it. It's right about like that. That is nose wheel off the ground. Okay, I'm going to let go. You hold it there. And now you just start to feel it to see, there you go. It came off the ground. Then push the nose forward. Don't let it out of ground effect till you get about 60 knots. And now you're just climbing out as normal, about 65. If you want to readjust your trim, you can. You still have flaps in, so don't do too much. Because when you bring it up, it's going to want to sink on you. Good. You got a good positive rate of climb. You're clear of obstacles. You can bring your flaps up again. You're going to feel a slight sink, so you have to make a pitch adjustment, reach down, and readjust that trim again. And now you climb out at 74 VY. If you're, 5-10 knots over that on a day like today, you got good performance. That's fine. So that pitch attitude with the nose wheel just off the ground, that's also your touchdown attitude.
A little bit nervous there, didn't want to hit the tail.
It's been hit a few times.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. They actually put a kind of a heavy-duty one with a tail skid on the back because they lost so many tail tie-downs. People hit that, it just boom, off. This plane has a little more apt center of gravity than a lot of Skyhawks, so it can take people by surprise. When if you ever see it loaded, especially with anybody in the back, you'll see it's actually sitting pretty tail low.
Yeah.
1,500 feet, 1,500. A little less power. Oh. Okay. Now here the wind's coming kind of northeast, so it may want to try to blow you to the runway. Just be aware of that.
Okay.
Right now you're tracking pretty parallel.
Is it going to be stop and go or touch and go?
Depends on how much. No, we're not supposed to do touch and go, so it'd be either a stop and go or a full stop taxi back, depending on how much runway you use.
Alright, we can do a stop and go. Calling you traffic, Scott, Narsenal 55 is midfield downwind, runway 8, stop and go. Is it because of the plane or is it like company rules?
Company rules.
Understandable.
Yeah, because they used to do touch and goes and their maintenance costs went way up, which in turn means higher rental rates.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad there's no touch and goes then.
Yeah. We do them once in a while for training purposes or if we have to for safety reasons or flow like, at towered airports, so sometimes can't clear you for a stop and go.
Yeah.
But we don't like to do them habitually.
Five out to the west, entering on the 45. Seeing traffic, Wave 836, correction, entering on the 45 for downwind, runway 02.
Sun's warm. Feels good.
Yeah, better than the outside. Laconia traffic, Scott, Narsenal 55's base, runway 8, Laconia.
Have a tailwind on your base leg, so it'll be a bit quicker than you might be used to. If you put a notch of flaps in, that'll help. And you just have to lead your turn. Don't want to overshoot. And no more than 25-degree bank for a base to final turn. That's what I shoot for. No more than 30 degrees anywhere in the Okay, you're a little closer in this time. So that means you're going to have a shorter base leg. So I like to start reducing my power right here, sticking a notch of flaps. Started descent. That looks like a good spot to turn base. A little bit of left rudder and turn.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk Narso 55, turning base, runway 8, Laconia.
A little high, a little less power. Another notch of flaps. You can go it even all the way to idle until it looks better if you want. Good. Carb heat on. Final is clear. Just a little high, but not bad. Airspeed looks good. Forward. Just trade off some altitude for airspeed like that. There you go.
Just get worried because this Walmart right here. Seems like we're coming in a lot closer.
Oh, no. Tappies will bring you in. It's okay to be slightly high over the pond because it keeps wanting to suck you down, but they don't have to be too high.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk Narso 55's 1 mile final, runway 8, Laconia.
Okay, so remember you want your nose just a little bit higher, but look way down the runway. Just take your time. Pretend like you don't want to touch. Keep pulling back. You can bring that nose up a lot more. It'll come back down in a second. There you go, back. Yep, good. Keep the nose straight. That's about the touchdown attitude right there. Boom. Them nice main wheels first. That's the touchdown attitude. Good job. Just about an hour and a half. You want to do one more? Or?
Yeah, that would.
Okay. We should probably taxi back on this one. Okay, hang her right over here. What's that?
Trying to get a picture of work.
Oh, where do you work?
Howard Precision. It's right off the bypass.
Oh.
You can try and fly over there if you want. I don't know. Time.
Yeah.
Tell me where it is.
Do you know where the dentist's office is in the industrial park?
Nope. Thinking maybe another short field takeoff.
Short field? Okay.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk Narso 55's taking off runway 8, Laconia.
This time then we'll use all available runway. Get up close to the lights. Just don't hit them. Looks good. Gauges are good. Airspeed's alive. Waiting for 55. Oh. Res and 60, 65. Okay, got a good positive rate of climb, clear of obstacles, flaps can come up.
So where's your work at, Gabby?
If you go to the right of the bypass.
Let's enter the downwind and then we'll find it.
Alright.
To the right of the bypass, just off the airport?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're probably going to want to have a further out downwind.
No, you're fine. The bypass is back there. Wait.
Like right after Walmart.
Back that way, right?
Yeah.
By the Walmart?
Right after Walmart, you get onto the bypass
Okay,
and you go
yep.
right.
Yeah, just hold 1500.
King traffic, Warrior 337 on a 5 mile 45 for left downwind runway 02.
Okay, so there's Walmart. There's the bypass right there. She wants to be just to the right of it. So if you keep her in sight of the roads, that helps her. I think she already knows where it is because she's been trying to take pictures, right? Yeah.
A little bit closer.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not sure how close.
Yeah, I have no clue where it is, so.
So if you just kind of follow the bypass, it's one of the roads off.
It's one of the what?
Roads off the bypass.
Okay, so should we start turning now?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and turn left. Laconia traffic, Skyhawk 97055. We're maneuvering just to the southwest of the airport, 1500 Laconia.
Keep going or stop? Say again?
Oh, you gotta bring your microphone a little closer to your mouth.
It's like right over there, so I don't really know.
Okay, go a little more left. Is it before the Buffalo Farm, the red barn there with the church?
No.
In this spot here? No?
I believe so.
Is it after the Buffalo Farm?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the industrial park. I'm trying to find a landmark I can recognize.
Go under the bypass and towards Laconia when you go to work?
Yep.
So it's probably around this area somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want us to circle around here?
It's like almost to Laconia. Get on the bypass heading from Walmart into Laconia.
So right turn or left?
Probably just about over it. Left, I think left maybe.
Sky traffic, R70 Juliet, crossing runway 8, midfield on the ground, Laconia.
Might have missed it. It's not a big deal.
That's fine, we'll just circle around. So there's Walmart there.
Might be farther back toward Laconia.
And you don't get on the bypass to go, do you go past Walmart to go?
You get onto the bypass, and then you come off of it, like, almost to Laconia. So, like, the Laconia-Guilford line.
Okay. I think that would be right about here. If I get off.
It's a lot
that
different
doesn't have an exit. Oh, circle left.
It's a lot different in the air.
Yeah, it is. So sometimes it helps if you just kind of follow the road as if you're going to work. The bypass is off to your left. Keep turning. So more power. And keep turning. That's the bypass right there, Gabby.
Oh, so yeah.
Right there. So you're going almost to Guilford?
Almost to Laconia.
Or
like we're in
almost
Guilford
to Laconia?
now. Yeah.
Okay. So just hug the road there and just follow the bypass so she can kind of follow along.
I saw it earlier.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a little downdraft, didn't you?
Laconia traffic.
Hey.
Hawker 300, try go back. We're taxiing to runway 8. It'll be westbound departure, Laconia.
This is the next exit here. I think this is the exit into, because there's the town of Laconia there.
Yeah. So it's like right over the bridge, I think. Right near the bridge.
This one right here.
We're close to it, I know that. I think we might be right over it.
I'm seeing mostly houses over here.
Yeah, me too.
But I know there is some industry around here. There's another industrial park that way. There's somebody with like a tire shop or something that by.
Yeah, I think we're right over it.
Okay, just circle right over here.
Is this it right below us?
The bypass there.
There it is.
Found it?
Got it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Little shallower bank. Just because we're at a lower altitude. Okay,
That's so cool.
Do a long right base. Laconia traffic, Skyhawk 97055 is 2 miles to the southwest, base runway 8 to Laconia.
Laconia, Sirius 1 Charlie Mike is ending departing 8 Laconia.
Like a private jet.
What?
Looks like a private jet. Think there's going to be any wind
There's
turbulence?
a Hawker. No, the guy that just called was Cirrus.
Oh.
The Hawker's probably just still sitting there. Because he called taxiing. But they're usually not too big enough coming in and out of here, especially heavy.
Yeah, it looks like he's on the runway right now.
Yeah, that's the Cirrus. Oh, what happened to that? Oh, there's a Hawker. He's holding short. No, a little. This time you have a headwind going in, so that'll help you. But you are just a little high. So you can bring your carb heat on. Laconia traffic, Skyhawk 97055, turning final runway 8 to Laconia. Yeah, just a little high. Good, right on center line. Just slightly high. Correcting. Very nice. Looking good. And remember, once you get in ground effect, look way down the runway. Just pretend like you don't want to touch. Don't give up. Back. There you go. Shimmy damper. That's what that vibration is. Alrighty.
Laconia traffic, Skyhawk 97055 is clear runway 8, Laconia.
Laconia traffic, Hawker 300, Charlie, Quebec, and departing runway 8, will be westbound departure, Laconia.
Charlie, Quebec, have a great flight. We'll see you again soon.
All right, thanks for all the help. We'll see you guys next time.
Did you get a good picture?
I got a great picture.
Good. Yeah, things look very different from the air.
Definitely.
That's what I do with scenic flights when they want to find their house or something. I put a road on their side and I just have them follow the road like they were driving to their home. Otherwise, if you cut across and try to go straight there, even if you have it on lat long, everything looks so different, they can't find their house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to pick your flight training up again.
Probably sometime during the summer.
During the summer?
Yeah. I'm hoping to get a job, so may or may not be able to solo this year.
Don't do it as a trap.
The work?
You want to face in towards the hangar?
Yeah, we'll park it facing the same direction as the arrow, right behind him.
Okay.
Because I gotta put fuel in it anyway, so. You can you can park it on the pad, but yeah, just do a wide swing around. You're good over here. Dave's still here. I thought maybe he'd leave. Got enough room?
Yep.
Okay. A little closer. Beautiful. Perfect.